Die sind so viel. Seid auch vorbei, ich will noch mal behandeln.
Welcome to another episode today. So, on today's video, I went somewhere that I've always dreamed of going. I went and dove off Cuba finally. Since I was a little kid, I've just always heard stories about this place, about just how incredible the reef is, the fish, and just it's just a really special place. Like when it comes to, it's just very different. It's very just very lively coral, lots of sea life, and I actually heard all this when I was very young. One of my dad's best friends was this guy named Pt.1, and he would come hang at my dad's house because they used to commercial spearfish together like I do now. And basically they'd work together, and he'd be telling my dad these stories about just giant snappers in shallow water and just insane coral caves and just anything that you could ever imagine, like just in the sea there. And so ever since I was very young, I've dreamed of going to this place, and finally, as you can see in the video, I made it there. And so like this is a pretty interesting experience here. So long story short, on this video, I was with a couple of locals I met, really good people I met over there that are underwater fishermen too, spear fishermen, and they took me on this shore dive like they do because you're not really supposed to have boats there. It's a big thing, with the people and everything. It's another story for later. But anyways, these incredible people, they go out and they'll swim out with whatever they can use for flotation or anything that's useful, and they will actually go miles like this and hunt all the way, go with the current. And then, as you can see in this video, it's probably a couple parts of this video, it's a lot of footage, where basically it was about 5 miles at least, and we swam all the way back to a village, basically. So we started here, worked our whole way across the reef, and then swam back to a village. And man, it was it was epic. It was just so cool to dive with the locals here and just see a different form of hunting, and push like what what I was used to and everything, and just incredible experience through and through. So anyways, I hope you all liked the video. As I swim out, you can see the inshore bottom here, already hard bottom. Yeah, first we have to swim out to the reef. So this first part of this video is just getting to the reef. So you'll see it'll continually drop off as I take these videos. And the reef will change. As you can see, this is mostly limestone and dead coral inshore. Right around this mark, you can see some coral heads and some living coral already starting. Some gorgonians here as well. Some echinoderms, urchins. It's interesting to see the long spine urchins because back in the old days in the Keys, we used to have thousands of these, and some virus came in and wiped them all out. So it's they're kind of important to a good, healthy reef, and it's sad that we lost a lot of these. But it seems over here in Cuba, they still have a healthy population of them, so it was good to see that. As we get deeper, you see the reef beds starting to form, patch reefs. See how far I am from the island now. Definitely a similar shape as our reef in the Keys. You can see how it runs perpendicular to the drop off, basically, which is usually caused by the currents pushing the coral spawn in the direction that it goes. That's why you have like the sand in between and everything. You can see the way it lays, how I'm actually going parallel with it. here between the reefs. Dive down this sand right here. A lot of time this is the area where you'll find a lot of helmet shells and a lot of mollusks that chase down echinoderms that are in these sand here. If you look right here, look real close, those little looks like seagrass ahead of me, those are actually eels. Those are garden eels. That's why they're disappearing as I come close. Yeah, these are an interesting species. I don't see these in the Keys ever, but I do see them in the Bahamas and, well, now Cuba when I went. Really interesting species, though. As soon as you get close, they suck back down in their holes. Now we're reaching the outer edge reef. This is about where it starts on the main outer edge reef here. So we're going to try to get to the other side and then start heading towards our destination. You see how far off we are now? Get a little further. You see the pneumatic spear gun my friend has here? They're very big in Cuba. A lot of them are homemade. Incredible engineering over there. So many examples of that. Now that we're near the edge, he's down there scoping it out before we start moving down the line. It's about 60, 70 feet right here. see where the water turns blue right here. It drops off the wall on the edge. So I go down for a look. The rocks are pretty big, so the depth ranges on the edge of the wall here. The sand in between is, I'd say, at least 75, 80 feet, like minimum. A lot on top of the rocks, I'd say it's like 70 on a lot of the rocks or so. Some of them come up a lot higher, some are like in the 60s or so. Again, this is a rough estimate. You see it drops on the other side. We're starting to make our way down the edge of the wall here. I make this dive right here. It's a queen triggerfish. Nothing crazy, but first fish for me of the swim out, so just getting it started. My buddy already got a triggerfish as well. It's really interesting over there. They actually peel the entire skin off the triggerfish. Completely everything comes off of it. I've never seen that until I went there. Completely skin it, and then they cook it with just the membrane and the fillets on it. It's pretty incredible to see. You see my friend's fins right here is a good example of the engineering over there. Fix anything. You see they had snapped before, and he fixed them.
I will. See. Oh, I know. I've been quattro. All right here. Right here. Look. Me too.
He's telling me that they bite. They definitely do. I've been hit a few times for them. See some more triggerfish right here on top right. So it's oceanic trigger. These are an interesting fish sometimes because I've noticed different regions, they have different behavior. In the Keys, they seem to have half a brain. You can just easily shoot them all the time, basically. I'll actually sit when I'm doing commercial dives, I'm scuba diving back home, and I'll shoot a bunch of grouper, and then I'll come up the deco and I'll just shoot them while I'm decompressing and try to load up on them. But like in the Bahamas, or at least some of the places I've been in the Bahamas and here in Cuba, they react to divers a little more, they're more scared. And so it's interesting to see. Like this one holds up when I get close. So you get the right angle right here. Incredible coral. Crazy. But anyways, I imagine the reason they act so much different is certain places are targeted more than others. But who knows? Another one on the stringer. Right here you can see this frigate overhead, so just watching it, make sure there's no big pelagic nearby. He might have just been scanning though. sinus is pretty blocked up on this type. Let's look at those caves though. Fish calling. Let's see if anything comes in on it. Yeah, it rolls off to, I'd say at least 200 feet, if not closer to, 600, 800. Crazy deep. It's closer to the Bahamas, the way it drops off, it's crazy. See a schoolmaster right here next to the French angel. Do a longer shot on him. Add him to the stringer too. My buddy right here chasing the fish. He saw something go over here and ate a sledge, so. It's great diving reefs like this, but the only problem is there's just too much reef. Reminds me of going out off Key West, going west of there. It's just incredible reefs, but it's one of the drawbacks. It's just too much. It's like hunting in a fish city, you know. Like just sometimes you just want one little area. You don't have everywhere to go. See a life on this reef, just like those blue chromuses that swam by right there. Some wrasse too. Yeah, I try to check for bigger fish when I see a lot of tropicals like this. See the tangs as well, some surgeon tangs. You can really see some of the crazy coral constructs right here on this clip. It's insane. Wow. It's gullies and caves like this. Incredible. That's about it for part 1. Part 2 coming next week. I end up diving some even crazier structures of coral and even better fish on this swim, so tune in. Thank you for watching.